Chapter 546. World Laws of the Holy Emperor Realm. As the Holy Emperor's figure turned to ashes, Lin Fei looked up at the void. The Holy Emperor had courage, he mused. But was it of any use? To try to counter the inevitable with one's own strength is impossible. The Holy Emperor realm is destined for destruction. Lin Fei understood the Holy Emperor's final act. By disintegrating his physical body, he had attempted to merge completely with the laws of the Holy Emperor realm, embodying the laws in a bid to save the realm. However, Lin Fei was well aware that once a world starts its collapse, it follows an unstoppable course. Neither true monarchs nor holy emperors could halt such a tide. But Lin Fei made no move. He simply stood in the void, covered by the expanse of his saber world, ensuring no origin of the world could escape. He needed only to wait patiently. Day by day, the Holy Emperor realm was filled with an aura of ruin and destruction. As Lin Fei had anticipated, the Holy Emperor's sacrifice and transformation into the realm's laws did not stop its ongoing collapse. A month passed in the blink of an eye. Lin Fei's saber world had collected an immense amount of the world's origin, nearly depleting the Holy Emperor realm of its vital force. Only about 10% remained uncollected, but time was running out. Boom. The entire Holy Emperor realm began to collapse. If Lin Fei stayed any longer, even he might face danger. Decisively, he retracted the saber world. There are still the complete world laws. Lin Fei reached out his hand and forcefully pulled the complete world laws from the collapsing realm. Inspired by Sunblaze True Monarch's earlier actions, Lin Fei realized that not harvesting these laws from a disintegrating True Monarch level world would be wasteful. These laws might aid in his understanding of the world Tao, so he decided to take them. After a final, deep look at the Holy Emperor realm, Lin Fei stepped forward, his figure slicing through the void, and he flew out of the realm. Swoosh! Lin Fei left the Holy Emperor realm and returned to the Divine Realm. Outside the realm, Sunblaze True Monarch awaited him. Seeing Lin Fei emerge, Sunblaze True Monarch flew over and sighed in relief. True Monarch Lin, you're finally back. I was worried you might have encountered danger in the Holy Emperor realm. How did it go? Did you collect enough world origin? Lin Fei nodded. Yes, it was a fruitful venture. But the Holy Emperor realm is about to be destroyed. Together, they looked towards the Holy Emperor realm, now visibly collapsing. It wouldn't be long before it was completely destroyed. Yes, a True Monarch level world, destroyed just like that, Sunblaze True Monarch remarked somberly. Even True Monarch and True Immortal level worlds can perish. What about the Divine Realm? Could it too face destruction one day? Lin Fei looked up towards the expanse of the Divine Realm. If the Divine Realm were to be destroyed, would the Tao integration True Immortals face the same fate as the Holy Emperor, ultimately accompanying the realm in its downfall? And what about the martial ancestors? Where would they go if the Divine Realm ceased to exist? Sunblaze True Monarch paused for a moment before shaking his head. How could the Divine Realm be destroyed? It's been in existence for countless years and has never been close to destruction. Even after eons, it's unlikely to perish. Lin Fei did not argue about the potential destruction of the Divine Realm. Its fate was uncertain, but regardless of whether the Divine Realm could be destroyed or not, Lin Fei didn't want his destiny to be tied to it. He felt that pursuing the path of martial arts was the right choice for him. The path of immortals, aligning with the Tao of the Divine Realm, seemed to him like a divergence from the true path. However, becoming a martial ancestor was an incredibly difficult feat in the Divine Realm. The number of Tao integration True Immortals far exceeded that of martial ancestors. The number of martial arts practitioners was much higher than that of immortal practitioners, as the former required less innate talent and was accessible to more people. Theoretically, anyone could reach the pinnacle of martial arts. Despite the greater number of martial arts practitioners, the number of Tao integration True Immortals at the top tier far outnumbered martial ancestors. This disparity highlighted the immense difficulty of achieving the status of a martial ancestor, far exceeding that of becoming a Tao integration True Immortal. Sunblaze True Monarch, let's part ways for now, Lin Fei said. But if there are more True Monarch level worlds on the brink of collapse, we can collaborate again. Haha, of course, Sunblaze True Monarch replied with a laugh. Lin Fei nodded slightly, then shattered the void and stepped into the resulting space-time passage. In an instant, he traversed the void and disappeared. Watching Lin Fei's departure, Sun Blaze True Monarch sighed. Lin Fei is still undergoing thunder tribulations, yet he possesses such strength. He might truly become a martial ancestor. Although Sun Blaze True Monarch was somewhat wistful, the interaction had forged a connection between him and Lin Fei. They were no longer strangers, which was a positive outcome. Moreover, Sun Blaze True Monarch had gained significantly from this venture. With these stellar laws, his understanding of the stellar Tao might reach new heights. Sun Blaze True Monarch, too, didn't linger. He shattered the void and swiftly traversed it, departing in an instant. Swoosh! Lin Fei returned to Ancient City and entered his private chamber. His journey to the Holy Emperor realm had been immensely fruitful. He pondered the extent to which the vast amount of world origin he had gathered could enhance his physical body's particles. If used entirely, he imagined surviving the seventh thunder tribulation, and even withstanding the ninth heavenly thunder wouldn't be too challenging. However, Lin Fei's gains weren't limited to world origin. He had also acquired a complete set of world laws from the Holy Emperor realm. Even though these were just true monarch-level world laws, they were still significant. Lin Fei didn't rush to use the world origin. Instead, he examined the world laws from the Holy Emperor realm. As expected, he didn't feel any particular resonance. His talent for comprehending the Tao had always been limited, not only in understanding the Tao but also in other aspects of comprehension. Fortunately, martial arts practice often didn't rely heavily on insight. These world laws don't seem to aid my understanding of the world Tao, he mused. Should I just discard them? Lin Fei frowned slightly, feeling it might be wasteful to do so. But since these laws didn't seem to assist in his understanding of the world Tao and couldn't merge with the 34 laws of the divine realm he already possessed, what use were they? Hold on, even if the world laws of the Holy Emperor realm can't merge with those of the divine realm, could they possibly be used to create particle worlds? Lin Fei's eyes lit up with this realization. The creation of additional particle worlds could lead to a tremendous transformation in his power. Lin Fei decided to give it a try. However, his efforts were in vain. His particles remained unaffected, no matter how much of the Holy Emperor realm's world laws he applied. It was as if each particle in his body was an immovable mountain. After some thought, Lin Fei surmised a possible reason. Perhaps his physical particles were too closely tied to the divine realm. Although he originated from ancient continent, the laws of the ancient continent had largely converged with those of the divine realm. Having spent a considerable time in the divine realm and undergone numerous thunder tribulations, his body had formed a close connection with the realm. Thus, the world laws of a mere true monarch-level realm were insufficient to influence his particles. But what if these laws can't be used to create particle worlds? Can they be integrated into the Saber world instead? This new possibility sparked in Lin Fei's mind, offering a potential application for the Holy Emperor realm's world laws. Chapter 547. Unexpected Joy, the Transformation of Saber World. Saber World. Lin Fei had always enhanced the power of his Saber World by merging it with other Saber Worlds. However, he had come to realize that even in the divine realm, martial kings capable of evolving Saber Worlds were extremely rare. Moreover, he had already scavenged numerous Saber Worlds across the divine realm. How many more could be left? If he couldn't merge with other Saber World secret realms, his own Saber World might cease to evolve. This was not an outcome Lin Fei desired. Even though his physical body and particle worlds were strong, there were times when the Saber World could play a crucial role. For instance, collecting the world origin of an entire world would be impossible without the Saber World. Therefore, from the time he was a martial king, although Saber World could no longer evolve, Lin Fei had been continuously trying to enhance it, aware of its significant utility. Now, even as a true monarch, he didn't believe that his Saber World was useless. On the contrary, it still had great potential. With the increasing rarity of Saber World secret realms, Lin Fei needed to consider alternative methods to strengthen his Saber World. Now, he planned to use the world laws of the Holy Emperor realm to see if they could merge with his Saber World and enhance its power. Taking a deep breath, Lin Fei prepared to begin the integration process. "Let's start," he murmured. Lin Fei's Saber World descended instantly. He then attempted to directly merge the world laws of the Holy Emperor realm into the Saber World. The laws of the Holy Emperor realm were, after all, world laws, and the Saber World itself was a kind of world. Lin Fei believed they could be integrated, especially since he had successfully merged 34 Divine Realm world laws into his Saber world. The only way to know for sure if it would work was to try. Lin Fei took out all the world laws of the Holy Emperor realm and threw them into the Saber world, attempting to merge them. The Saber world started to tremble slightly and its light flickered. Crucially, it did not reject the Holy Emperor realm's world laws, which was already a promising sign. Lin Fei focused intently on the process of merging the world laws of the Holy Emperor realm with his Saber world. To his surprise, the integration proceeded smoothly. As soon as the Holy Emperor realm's world laws approached the Saber world, they rapidly merged, just like the Divine Realm's world laws. However, the integration of the Divine Realm's world laws into the Saber world was only temporary since they were crucial for Lin Fei to understand the world Tao. But the world laws of the Holy Emperor realm were different. With the collapse and destruction of the Holy Emperor realm, Lin Fei couldn't gain any insight into the world Tao from these laws. Therefore, they seemed to have no further use to him. Hence, he decided to permanently integrate them into the Saber world. The Holy Emperor realm's world laws were complete and far outnumbered the 34 Divine Realm world laws. The Saber world eagerly devoured these new laws. With each bit of integration, the power of the Saber world surged. Its coverage area also expanded rapidly. Lin Fei was thrilled with this outcome. He had not expected that merging the Holy Emperor realm's world laws with his Saber world would enhance its power so significantly. This was just a portion of the world laws, yet the improvement was remarkable. Continuing with the integration, Lin Fei spent 10 full days in his chamber, merging the Saber world with the world laws of the Holy Emperor realm. It took him these 10 days to fully integrate all the laws of the Holy Emperor realm into his Saber world. The results far exceeded his expectations. Saber world. With a thought, Lin Fei summoned the Saber world, which now appeared instantly. Previously, without merging his 34 Divine Realm world laws, his Saber world was at the peak Martial King level. Even after merging numerous Saber world secret realms, the Saber world itself had not transformed, it remained at the Martial King level. It was only with the integration of the Divine Realm world laws that its power surged to the Martial God level. However, even at its peak, Lin Fei's Saber world was only at the Martial God level, far from reaching the true monarch level. The gap was too vast. Lin Fei believed that even merging dozens or 100 more Saber worlds would hardly elevate his Saber world to the true monarch level. It would likely require dozens more world laws to achieve such a feat. But now, having integrated the complete world laws of the Holy Emperor realm, Lin Fei's Saber world underwent a significant transformation, a qualitative metamorphosis. The Saber world, which was previously at the Martial King level, ascended to the Martial God level after merging with the Holy Emperor realm's laws. Even without incorporating Lin Fei's 34 Divine Realm world laws, it was now at the Martial God level, easily overpowering other martial gods. Such an upgrade was not easily achieved. After all, despite merging many Saber world secret realms in the past, Lin Fei had not been able to induce such a transformation. This change marked a pivotal evolution in his Saber world's capabilities. Indeed, Lin Fei had fallen into a conceptual trap. He had been fixated on merging his Saber world with other Saber world secret realms, but no matter how many he merged, those Saber worlds were all at the Martial King level. The sheer quantity needed for a qualitative change seemed unimaginably high. However, the world laws of the Holy Emperor realm were different. The Holy Emperor realm was a true monarch-level world, a cut above ordinary minor worlds, which were typically at the Martial God level. The Holy Emperor realm stood 2 tiers above in terms of level, so naturally, its integration significantly elevated the Saber world to the Martial God level. Now, the Saber world alone is already at the Martial God level, Lin Fei contemplated. What would happen if I merged the 34 Divine Realm world laws into it? How much more powerful could it become? Filled with anticipation, Lin Fei began to merge the Divine Realm's 34 world laws into the Saber world. With each law integrated, the power of the Saber world surged exponentially. Once all 34 laws were temporarily merged, even this was a monumental enhancement. Boom. The next moment, the power of Lin Fei's Saber world skyrocketed, increasing tenfold, even dozens of times. Lin Fei felt that his Saber world could now easily suppress a minor world entirely. It's at the peak of Martial God level. My Saber world can now easily suppress peak Martial God level powerhouses. Still, it's not quite at the true monarch level yet, but it's not far off. If I can merge some more true monarch level world laws or even a few more divine realm world laws, I'm sure I can cause a qualitative transformation in the saber world and elevate it to the true monarch level, Lin Fei mused, his eyes gleaming with a peculiar light. Lin Fei was acutely aware of what it would mean for his saber world to reach the true monarch level. It wasn't just about gaining an additional true monarch level power. Once the saber world underwent its transformation and possessed the power of a true monarch, Lin Fei could potentially use it to suppress a true monarch on its own. Coupled with his own physical strength, he might even have the capability to completely annihilate a true monarch. At that point, even if Dao integration true monarchs had numerous main battle incarnations, they would be rendered useless against Lin Fei's saber world, which could annihilate these incarnations into dust. However, achieving this required more true monarch level world laws or additional divine realm world laws. With this realization, Lin Fei's eyes lit up and a spark of inspiration flashed through his mind. He had thought of a plan. Chapter 548. Particle enhancement by dozens of times. Lin Fei had devised a plan. Acquiring world laws from true monarch level worlds was challenging due to their stability. Finding a true monarch level world on the brink of collapse and destruction wasn't easy, especially in the short term. Obtaining world laws from the divine realm was much more feasible for Lin Fei because he still had thunder tribulations to undergo. Each time he passed a thunder tribulation, Lin Fei could acquire some world laws. He had only undergone 6 tribulations so far, and the next was the 7th. He was confident that he could withstand the 9 heavenly thunders of the 7th tribulation, thereby acquiring 9 divine realm world laws. This could potentially trigger a transformation in his saber world, elevating it to the true monarch level. With this in mind, Lin Fei decided not to hesitate any longer. To undergo the tribulation, he first needed to enhance his physical particles to their optimal state. With a substantial amount of world origin at his disposal, including that from the true monarch level world, which was dozens of times more potent than that from minor worlds, he wondered how much his physical body could be enhanced. Unable to predict the outcome, Lin Fei took out the world's origin. With a single swallow, he ingested the streams of world origin, merging them into the particles of his entire body. Boon. Lin Fei's body seethed as his physical particles surged in power. Each particle enhanced exponentially, doubling, tripling, quadrupling, and so on until they were enhanced by 20 times or more. This extraordinary enhancement meant Lin Fei's overall strength had increased by far more than just 20-fold. Feeling ready, Lin Fei opened his eyes, which sparkled with keen sharpness. He then immediately proceeded to the location designated for undergoing tribulations. Upon his arrival, the people there, now accustomed to his frequent tribulations despite it being just a few months since his last, acknowledged his formidable ability to face the 7th thunder tribulation with ease. True Monarch Lin, you're here to undergo tribulation again. Do we have a spare spot? Of course, True Monarch, please follow me, a martial god at the site guided Lin Fei to the largest array for tribulation. As Lin Fei entered the array, word spread quickly throughout the ancient city that he was undertaking another tribulation. Those who missed witnessing him withstand the 9 heavenly thunders last time rushed to the site, eager not to miss the chance again. The area was soon packed, both inside and out. Even though many already knew that Lin Fei was likely to succeed in his tribulation without much trouble, they were still keen to witness it. Their anticipation centered on whether Lin Fei could continue to withstand the 9 heavenly thunders. Will True Monarch Lin be able to withstand 9 heavenly thunders this time? Each increase in the thunder tribulation brings a significant jump in difficulty, especially the 7th one. Indeed, while the 7th tribulation doesn't represent a qualitative change, the power of the heavenly thunder certainly jumps to a higher level. I have no doubt True Monarch Lin will pass the 7th tribulation, but whether he can withstand 9 thunders again is uncertain. The last time, True Monarch Lin experienced the benefits of withstanding 9 thunders. If he's facing the tribulation again, why would he give up such an opportunity? I'm sure he will withstand all 9. That's not certain. I believe he can withstand 7 thunders, but 9 is much more challenging. People are right to say it's not easy, but I have faith in True Monarch Lin. He wouldn't rush into the 7th tribulation without being fully prepared. As the crowd debated, Lin Fei, undisturbed by the external noise, remained calm. Despite the increased power of the 7th tribulation, he felt confident due to his significant enhancement. The seventh tribulation seemed trivial compared to his newfound strength. "Let's begin," Lin Fei declared, raising his head to perceive the sea of origin in the void. His consciousness plunged into this primordial source, and he instantly seized 7 world laws. Boon, boon, boon. The 7 heavenly thunders descended almost simultaneously, their terrifying power seemingly capable of turning the entire ancient city to dust. The onlookers were stunned, hardly believing what they saw. 7 thunders had fallen at the same time, indicating that Lin Fei had claimed 7 laws in one go. Could Lin Fei withstand 7 thunders simultaneously? This was unprecedented, challenging many martial gods' understanding of tribulation. Typically, facing even the first thunder was a cautious and fearful endeavor, but Lin Fei, in his 7th tribulation, had summoned 7 thunders at once. It was beyond belief. Is true monarch Lin intentionally drawing down 7 heavenly thunders at once? Summoning 7 thunders so confidently, he must be extremely sure of himself. But can he really withstand them with such ease? And let's not forget the 8th and 9th thunders that follow. Isn't he afraid of getting injured and failing to withstand those? If true monarch Lin is doing this, he must be absolutely confident in his abilities. But withstanding 7 thunders at once is an incredibly difficult feat. The crowd watched intently, eager to see how Lin Fei would handle the 7 simultaneous thunders. The thunders didn't merge into one but followed in quick succession, giving no room to breathe. Lin Fei looked at the descending thunders indifferently. He didn't even deploy his saber world, allowing the thunders to strike him directly. His physical particles had been enhanced by over 20 times, the power he wielded now was unimaginable. What were mere 7 thunders to him? Boom, boom, boom. The first 6 thunders struck Lin Fei without causing any significant harm. His particles weren't annihilated in the slightest, meaning the 6 thunders had no effect on him. He was unscathed. It was only the 7th thunder, which was several times more powerful, that caused some damage, affecting about 10% of his particles. But for Lin Fei, such damage was negligible. With a mere thought, his particles recovered almost instantly. The crowd was astounded, their mouths agape. Lin Fei's physical strength had exceeded the imagination of all martial gods present. His resilience and recovery were beyond anything they had ever seen or expected. Chapter 549. Directly against the 9 heavenly thunderbolts. Inside the formation, Lin Fei was slightly surprised by the power of the 7th thunder. The 7th thunder already possesses true monarch-level power. It seems the strength of the 7th heavenly tribulation has indeed increased significantly, Lin Fei murmured to himself. He vividly remembered that during his last tribulation, it was only the 8th thunder that reached the true monarch level. But now, the 7th thunder had already achieved this level of power. This advancement wasn't trivial. It represented a qualitative change, a leap from martial god to true monarch level. Such an increase was not just a mere step up, it was a monumental surge in power, many times over. Despite his surprise, Lin Fei was not overly concerned. Even if the 7th thunder of the 7th tribulation had reached true monarch level, it still posed no real threat to him. He proceeded to summon the 8th thunder. Boon. The 8th thunder struck swiftly, directly hitting Lin Fei. He did not use his saber world, his current physical strength was more than sufficient to withstand the 8th thunder without employing his particle world. As expected, while the 8th thunder was terrifyingly powerful and annihilated a significant portion of his physical particles, it only destroyed about 40 to 50% of them. For Lin Fei, this was not a threat at all. Too weak, Lin Fei shook his head dismissively. Standing quietly in the formation, he let the 8th thunder strike him, feeling almost as if it were just a mild itch. It posed no threat to him whatsoever. So, he moved on to claim the 9th law, summoning the 9th thunder. Lin Fei stood still, not using his saber world, curious to see how much the 9th thunder could damage his physical particles. As the 9th thunder struck, his physical particles began to annihilate rapidly. 1/10, 2/10, 3/10, until around 6/10 of his particles had been annihilated, the thunder's power began to wane noticeably. By the time 8/10 of his particles had been destroyed, the power of the 9th thunder was almost completely spent. Yet, Lin Fei remained calm. In an instant, his particles began to regenerate. The speed of annihilation couldn't keep up with the rate of recovery, and soon, about 3/10 of his particles had been restored. Effectively, only about 6/10 had been permanently destroyed. With the last trace of the thunder's power dissipating, Lin Fei was unscathed, his particles rapidly regenerating. Despite the apparent danger when 80% of his particles had been annihilated, Lin Fei had never felt any real threat. His regenerative ability was on par with that of a true monarch. Standing still, he had withstood all 9 thunders, a first for him. But even after surviving the 9 thunders, Lin Fei remained stationary, looking up at the sky. He was waiting for the reward from the source sea, which typically followed after enduring all 9 thunders. Last time, the reward had allowed him to witness the birth of a world in an illusion. What would the reward be this time? Lin Fei quietly waited, but outside the ancient city's tribulation area, the crowd was in a state of fervent excitement. Many had come specifically to witness true monarch Lin face his 7th tribulation and withstand the 9 thunders. Now, having seen it with their own eyes, they were in a state of disbelief. Despite witnessing the event, many still struggled to comprehend how true monarch Lin had managed to withstand the 9 thunders with such ease. Throughout the tribulation, true monarch Lin had simply stood still, allowing the 9 thunders to strike him without making a single move. The thunders seemed to have no effect on him, which was astonishing given that he faced them with his physical body alone. True monarch Lin's strength is beyond comprehension, one spectator commented. To withstand the 9 thunders of the 7th tribulation purely with his physical body is unimaginable. Each thunder in the 7th tribulation is supposed to be 10 times stronger, another added. Yet true monarch Lin didn't even lift a finger against them. What has he encountered in these past months? People speculated about the possible fortuitous encounters true monarch Lin might have had recently and what rewards he might receive for surviving the 9th thunder. They were all amazed at the simplicity with which true monarch Lin had faced the tribulation. To them, facing a tribulation without moving seemed like the simplest thing, but they knew all too well that it was far from easy. Martial gods who had gone through tribulations themselves understood the immense preparations and caution required. The idea of standing still and enduring the thunder was unthinkable for them. They would likely have been annihilated instantly. As everyone waited with bated breath for the reward that might appear following the 9th thunder, true monarch Lin also waited in calm anticipation, curious to see what his perseverance against the thunder would bring him this time. The colorful light enveloped Lin Fei, drawing him into an illusionary realm. This time, he found himself in a nascent world, one that seemed to connect with the experience he had in his previous illusion where he witnessed the birth of a world from chaos. However, unlike last time, where the world was unstable and chaotic, Lin Fei now observed the emergence of the world's origin within the disorder. As the origin of the world began to manifest, it gave birth to various laws. These laws, represented by threads, began to harness and direct the world's internal forces, gradually stabilizing the once turbulent and chaotic world. As the world gained stability, it stopped appearing as if it were on the brink of collapse. A mysterious force started to operate through these threads, feeding back into the laws, thereby strengthening them. This cycle of reinforcement between the world's stability and the fortification of its laws led to the growth and expansion of the world's origin, ultimately culminating in the formation of a complete world. Lin Fei realized, so, the origin of a world can give rise to laws, and these laws in turn control and develop the world. When the world stabilizes and grows, it further reinforces its laws, making them stronger and allowing the world's origin to expand. This is the path of a world's development. His understanding deepened, and Lin Fei felt as if he had grasped something profound. This experience in the illusionary realm illuminated the intricate relationship between a world's origin, its laws, and its development, enhancing his comprehension of the universe's fundamental principles. Chapter 550. An unprecedented feat. Surviving 2 lightning tribulations. The host's world Dao has gained new insights. Progress in the world Dao has increased by 5%. In Lin Fei's mind, the voice of the system suddenly resounded. This was indeed a long-awaited occurrence. Lin Fei's system had been silent for quite some time. After all, there were hardly any cultivation methods left within. The only one might be the Great Dream Heart Sutra. But the Great Dream Heart Sutra currently lacked a 3rd level and could not be advanced. System. Lin Fei accessed the system panel to check his status. Host, Lin Fei. Martial Realm, Martial God, 7 Lightning Tribulations. Great Dream Heart Sutra, 2nd level, progress 1%. 4 symbols and 5 elements creation technique, 3,500 particle worlds. World Dao, progress 6%. Lin Fei noted the progress of his World Dao. It had reached 6%. He had withstood the 9th heavenly lightning of the 7 lightning tribulations entering the illusionary realm. However, his comprehension of the World Dao had only increased by a mere 5%. This was indeed too little. At this rate, how long would it take for Lin Fei to fully master the World Dao and thus achieve the status of a martial ancestor? It seemed like an eternity away. Wait, the system considers the World Dao as a cultivation method. But this method has always been impossible to improve on its own. Lacking key insights. To enhance the World Dao, one must have insights. Lin Fei yearned to experience illusions like those of the 6th or 7th lightning tribulations. However, such illusions required surviving the lightning tribulation and withstanding 9 heavenly lightnings. Only then might it be possible to experience such an illusion again. The 7th lightning tribulation couldn't possibly harm me. Even the 9th heavenly lightning is no different. Now, I have acquired 9 world laws. These 9 world laws can create 900 particle worlds. With the tens of fold increase in particles from before, the might of these 9 particle worlds will be terrifying. Thus, even the 8th lightning tribulation or the 9th heavenly lightning should be easily traversable. I might as well muster all my strength and continue with the 8th lightning tribulation. Lin Fei's eyes shone brightly. His chest swelled with boundless courage. He was determined to continue the tribulation. To cross the 8th lightning tribulation and with unwavering resolve withstand the 9th heavenly lightning. Thus experiencing the illusionary realm once more, allowing the World Dao to continue its ascent. First, create the particle worlds. Thus, Lin Fei began using the world laws to create particle worlds. Boon, boon, boon. The aura within Lin Fei surged as he created particle worlds. This continued elevation of power. Outside the tribulation site, people saw Lin Fei standing still, not emerging for a long time, leading to their bewilderment. Until the aura bursting from Lin Fei grew stronger by the moment. Some began to speculate, their faces revealing shock. What is true monarch Lin doing? His aura keeps increasing. Is he enhancing his strength? Could it be that true monarch Lin just gained some tremendous benefit? Hence, he is increasing his strength publicly. What a terrifying aura. It's getting stronger and the speed of increase is accelerating. But why doesn't true monarch Lin return to his cave dwelling to break through slowly? Why enhance his strength here? True monarch Lin is not one to show off. There must be a reason for this. Could it be that true monarch Lin is not leaving the tribulation site because he intends to continue the tribulation here? To continue the tribulation, to cross the 8th lightning tribulation. My heavens, this... Some had already guessed Lin Fei's intention. But it was indeed too audacious. He had just traversed the 7th lightning tribulation. And now, he was poised to undertake the 8th. Though Lin Fei appeared to cross the 7th tribulation effortlessly, the 8th would undoubtedly be exponentially more challenging, perhaps even tenfold. Could Lin Fei withstand it? After all, Lin Fei's goal was to endure 9 heavenly lightnings. This was known to everyone. Lin Fei was not merely seeking to survive the tribulation. He aimed to acquire 9 Dao laws. To withstand the 9 heavenly lightnings. And thus reap immense benefits. After all, Lin Fei was the first in history to have achieved true monarch status but still continued to face tribulations. He was unique. For Lin Fei, this was an extraordinary opportunity. Only in this way could he gain numerous Dao laws. Lin Fei would not squander such a chance. Thus, he would ensure that each tribulation maximized his gains to obtain the 9 Dao laws. But having just crossed the 7th tribulation, was Lin Fei confident in withstanding the 9 heavenly lightnings of the 8th? Some thought Lin Fei was being too reckless. Or rather, too insane, too confident. Should he fail, the consequences would be severe. However, regardless of their speculations or their view of Lin Fei's recklessness, that was their perspective, not Lin Fei's. Lin Fei himself had already made a decision. Time ticked away. Whoosh! Finally, Lin Fei reopened his eyes. 4,400 particle worlds. The world laws have also increased to 43. Most importantly, with the addition of 9 world laws, if fused with the Saber world, it will directly elevate the Saber world to the true monarch level. This time, Lin Fei's improvement was tremendously vast. More than tenfold. At least dozens of times. The Saber world underwent a transformation. 900 particle worlds, even far surpassing the might of the previous 3,500 particle worlds. All of this gave Lin Fei the confidence to cross the 8th lightning tribulation. Even to withstand 9 heavenly lightnings. Let's begin. Lin Fei looked up again, gazing into the void. In the depths of the void, there was a vast sea of origin. Lin Fei's consciousness instantly flew into this sea of origin. Boon. This time, Lin Fei was a bit more cautious and careful. He didn't summon 7 heavenly lightnings. Instead, he drew down a single one. He wanted to see just how much the might of the 8th tribulation had increased. Boon. Finally, the first heavenly lightning struck down. Seeing the heavenly lightning falling through the void, no one doubted Lin Fei's determination anymore. Lin Fei had actually chosen to continue the tribulation. And it was the 8th lightning tribulation. Crossing 2 tribulations in succession, and in both, choosing to withstand 9 heavenly lightnings. Even the top-tier true monarchs and in the mysterious depths, the gaze of some Dao integration true immortals, martial ancestors, were all fixed on Lin Fei. Their eyes revealed a hint of admiration. Even Dao integration true immortals and martial ancestors admire him. This illustrates the magnitude of Lin Fei's current endeavor, what an extraordinary feat it is. Outside the tribulation site, no one spoke. Everyone waited in silence. They were eager to see whether Lin Fei could create this miracle. Crossing 2 lightning tribulations in succession. And in both, withstanding 9 heavenly lightnings. Finally, the first heavenly lightning struck Lin Fei's physical body. Phut. The heavenly lightning was instantly annihilated. A mere single heavenly lightning couldn't harm Lin Fei's physical body at all. Not even a single particle was destroyed. Regardless, the first heavenly lightning was still weak. So, Lin Fei summoned the second heavenly lightning. Like the first, the second lightning's might had increased considerably. But it still couldn't annihilate the particles of Lin Fei's physical body. Then came the third, fourth, and fifth heavenly lightnings. Up to the 5th heavenly lightning, none could harm Lin Fei's particles. Or, even if they did, the particles recovered in the blink of an eye. Such regenerative power was even beyond the reach of a martial god. Only a true monarch possessed such terrifying recovery capabilities. Though the first 5 heavenly lightnings were insignificant, Lin Fei had begun to sense the might of the 8th tribulation. The 5th heavenly lightning was almost at the limit of a martial god. Undoubtedly, the 6th heavenly lightning would be at the true monarch level. Compared to the 7th tribulation, the might of the 8th tribulation had undoubtedly increased significantly. Starting from the 6th heavenly lightning, it was already at the true monarch level. Yet, Lin Fei showed no fear whatsoever. Come. The next moment, Lin Fei's consciousness plunged into the sea of origin. The 6th heavenly lightning struck down instantly. Chapter 551. The 8th lightning tribulation. Transformation of the Saber world, true monarch level. The 6th heavenly lightning was a black thunderbolt, brimming with a destructive aura. Lin Fei was all too familiar with the 6th heavenly lightning. Having traversed numerous lightning tribulations, he knew precisely what each thunderbolt was like, intimately familiar with them. Yet, upon witnessing the current 6th heavenly lightning, Lin Fei almost immediately discerned. This was no ordinary thunderbolt. This thunderbolt had undoubtedly reached the true monarch level. Anyone below the true monarch level attempting to withstand this thunderbolt would undoubtedly perish. Lin Fei was not unfamiliar with true monarch level heavenly lightnings. However, this time, he didn't choose to resist with his physical body. Instead, he decided to test the transformed Saber world. Had it really reached the true monarch level? To what extent had its might increased? Saber world. The next moment, the Saber world descended, instantly enveloping Lin Fei within. Simultaneously, the 43 world laws fused into the Saber world in an instant. Buzz. With the integration of these 43 world laws, Lin Fei's Saber world immediately underwent a transformation. The walls of the entire Saber world became incredibly stable, almost tangible in nature. Moreover, Lin Fei could feel that the saber world could expand over a vast range. But there was no need. Currently, he was undergoing lightning tribulation. The smaller the range of the saber world, the more concentrated its might, and the stronger the defense. Rumble. Finally, the sixth black heavenly lightning struck down. The might of the true monarch level was indeed extraordinary. Even other martial gods who were not undergoing tribulation felt their hearts palpitate just by glimpsing it. They even felt the destructive aura of the sixth heavenly lightning from afar. Should it strike them, they feared they would be instantly turned to ashes. Is the sixth heavenly lightning already at the true monarch level? The eighth lightning tribulation is truly terrifying. The further it goes, the more difficult the tribulation becomes. If the sixth lightning is of true monarch level, what about the seventh, eighth, or even the ninth? How strong could they be? Can true monarch Lin really survive such a tribulation? Some began to doubt whether Lin Fei could make it through. After all, these heavenly lightnings were too terrifying, far beyond their imagination. But then, when the sixth black heavenly lightning thunderously struck directly hitting Lin Fei's saber world endured immense pressure. Its light was flickering wildly. The saber world did indeed shatter. The force of the sixth heavenly lightning surged in. But that was all. When the sixth heavenly lightning struck the saber world, it was immediately suppressed by the saber world. The current saber world, from the inside out, was of true monarch level. Once the saber world fully exerted its suppression, a continuous stream of power bombarded the sixth black heavenly lightning, continuously wearing down its force. In the blink of an eye, the sixth heavenly lightning was completely dissipated. It didn't even manage to fully break through the saber world to hit Lin Fei's physical body. The sixth heavenly lightning was annihilated without even touching Lin Fei's flesh. Instantly, there was a collective gasp of astonishment. Many couldn't believe what they were seeing. Is that true monarch Lin's saber world? Yes, that's true monarch Lin's saber world. He has been seeking other saber worlds to merge and enhance his own. But who could have thought that the saber world could be elevated to a level comparable to a true monarch? With the saber world's might reaching the true monarch level, neither the ethereal true monarchs nor the martial true monarchs hold any advantage against true monarch Lin now. The saber world can match a true monarch. Particularly some martial kings were somewhat stunned at this moment. Some of them had even been attempting to evolve their own saber worlds. But the limit of saber world was known to be the martial king level. Yet, Lin Fei shattered their understanding, breaking through this limit and elevating the saber world to the true monarch level. This was almost unprecedented, possibly unparalleled in the future. The sixth heavenly lightning was blocked by Lin Fei's saber world. A flicker of sharpness passed through Lin Fei's eyes. He wasn't surprised by this outcome. He had known that the saber world could be elevated to the true monarch level. But the extent of the saber world's enhancement was beyond his expectations. This was not just an ordinary true monarch level power. Even while withstanding the sixth heavenly lightning, it seemed effortless. This saber world now can easily suppress a typical true monarch. Lin Fei muttered softly. Suppressing a typical martial true monarch was not an issue. Let alone the battle avatars of the void transformation true monarchs. He could suppress as many as came his way, easily overpowering them. Lin Fei didn't stop there. Boom. Quickly, the seventh heavenly lightning was also summoned by Lin Fei. This seventh heavenly lightning was a massive white column of light. It was a thunder pillar, majestic and roaring downward. This heavenly lightning was incredibly powerful. Even Lin Fei could feel its terrifying pressure. Compared to the sixth heavenly lightning, the might of this seventh heavenly lightning had clearly increased by at least tenfold. For a typical true monarch, a tenfold increase. What did that imply? How terrifying would that power be? Saber world. Lin Fei had already deployed his saber world. At this juncture, he must treat the situation with utmost seriousness. True monarch level heavenly lightnings were not simple. Each one demanded his full effort to confront. Fut. The next moment, the massive column of thunder fiercely struck the saber world. And the saber world shattered upon impact. Although the power within the saber world sustained it for about the duration of a breath. That was all. After consuming some of the Thunder Pillar's energy, the Saber World instantly shattered, turning to ashes. The remaining Thunder Pillar, still with about 70% of its power, ferociously bombarded Lin Fei's physical body. Instantly, every particle of Lin Fei's body trembled. 1%, 2%, 3%, 4%, 5%. Finally, after being annihilated by 50%, Lin Fei's body finally came to a halt. The seventh heavenly lightning, that massive thunder pillar, also completely vanished without a trace. Lin Fei had withstood the seventh heavenly lightning. Then, the particles in Lin Fei's body rapidly recovered. His face showed no surprise, appearing very calm. The seventh heavenly lightning was strong, but it was within his expectations. However, the upcoming eighth heavenly lightning required Lin Fei's serious attention. The eighth heavenly lightning was extraordinary. Lin Fei deployed the Saber World again. The Saber World gradually recovered. Whoosh! The next moment, the eighth heavenly lightning struck. In a flash, it disappeared. Its speed was unimaginably fast, invisible to the naked eye. Crackle! The Saber World couldn't form any effective resistance. It was instantly penetrated. Simultaneously, the eighth heavenly lightning seemed to reach Lin Fei's body in an instant. But Lin Fei didn't remain motionless as before. Facing the eighth heavenly lightning, he moved. Particle worlds! Lin Fei roared lowly. Simultaneously, the particle worlds within his body erupted thunderously. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. A total of 4,400 particle worlds all exploded forth. The overwhelming power of his physical body caused Lin Fei's stature to swell to tens of thousands of meters tall, standing tall and mighty. As Lin Fei's body expanded, he threw a punch towards the eighth heavenly lightning. Boom! Instantly, the void trembled violently. The surrounding space shattered into pieces. The might of the 4,400 particle worlds was earth-shattering. The eighth heavenly lightning was truly terrifying, far more fearsome than the seventh. Yet, under Lin Fei's punch, infused with the power of 4,400 particle worlds, the eighth heavenly lightning also shattered to pieces, dissipating into nothingness. Lin Fei, relying on his own physical strength, actually took the initiative to strike, exploding the eighth heavenly lightning with a single punch. For a moment, the entire ancient city fell into silence. A quiet so profound one could hear a pin drop. Chapter 552. The Secret of Life's Birth. Lin Fei's new insights into the world Tao. This is the eighth heavenly lightning, and he actually exploded it outright. True monarch Lin always surpasses expectations. Who could have thought that he could burst the eighth heavenly lightning with a single punch? Incredible, utterly incredible. To burst the eighth heavenly lightning in one go, bearing in mind, from the sixth heavenly lightning onwards, it was already at the true monarch level, and the might of this eighth one is extraordinary. Many true monarchs can't withstand such an eighth heavenly lightning, yet Lin Fei managed to explode it. Many people were in awe. Of course, even more people intuitively guessed. The ninth heavenly lightning, for Lin Fei, probably wouldn't be much of a challenge. Whoosh! Sure enough, the ninth heavenly lightning descended immediately. Lin Fei's saber world instantly shattered. Lin Fei also launched a punch. The power of all 4,400 particle worlds erupted. The tremendous force, overwhelmingly, almost annihilated about 60 to 70% of the ninth heavenly lightning. Even obliterating 60 to 70% was incredibly powerful. The remaining 30 to 40% of the lightning struck Lin Fei, only annihilating a few percent of his physical body particles. Then it was completely exhausted. The ninth heavenly lightning presented no surprise for Lin Fei. He easily withstood it. Outside the tribulation site, many were silent, speechless. Their previous speculations now seemed like jokes. Lin Fei was not rash at all, but rather he was in complete control. Extremely confident. Throughout Lin Fei's tribulation, the entire process was incredibly smooth, without any unexpected incidents. Each heavenly lightning was within Lin Fei's control. There wasn't even a hint of danger, demonstrating just how formidable Lin Fei's strength was. This absolute control proved that Lin Fei had plenty of leeway in crossing the eighth lightning tribulation. Afterward, a seven-colored light enveloped Lin Fei. Under the cover of this rainbow light, Lin Fei entered an illusionary realm again. It was the same world as before. However, this world, with its various orders and laws, was now much more refined. Yet, it still wasn't a complete world. Because a complete world also needs life. Lifer. Lin Fei pondered seriously. Both his saber world and particle worlds were quite similar to this world. The only thing missing was life. Lin Fei was curious. How does life come into being? This was crucial for Lin Fei. If life existed in Lin Fei's particle worlds, it would be a completely different scenario. They would transform into small worlds. Not much different from those around the divine realm. They might be smaller in scale, but they would still be complete worlds. And the power of several thousand complete worlds would be immensely formidable. Therefore, Lin Fei was very serious at this moment. In the illusionary realm, the laws and the origin of that world were slowly growing. Everything seemed unremarkable. Yet, it appeared there were still no signs of life emerging. Was this time merely for observing the world and not for the birth of life? Lin Fei wasn't sure. He could only wait quietly, holding a glimmer of hope deep within. Time passed slowly. Lin Fei noticed a peculiar phenomenon. In the illusionary realm, time seemed to have passed for quite a while in this newly born world. The sea of origin and the laws all became very powerful over this prolonged period. Everything seemed indistinguishable from a small world. The only difference was the absence of life. Lin Fei observed no signs of life emerging. Could it be that life is not born from some specific law of life, but rather, life emerges first, followed by the laws governing it? The birth of life is merely due to the long passage of time and the presence of a complete world suitable for the emergence of life. Lin Fei murmured softly. At this moment, he seemed to have gained a significant insight, particularly about life. Even his understanding of the world deepened considerably. Your world Tao has gained insights into the essence of life's birth due to your understanding of life. Your world Tao has advanced by 10%. The voice of the system echoed again in Lin Fei's mind. This time, it was beyond Lin Fei's expectations. The progress of the worldly Tao had suddenly increased by a full 10%. This only indicated one thing. Lin Fei's gain this time far exceeded his previous experiences. This insight into the birth of life was incredibly significant. Especially for a world, no matter how vast a world is, without life, it is incomplete. Only a world where life has emerged is a complete world. It's about time. The ninth lightning tribulation won't be so easily crossed. I should return and thoroughly assimilate the gains from this experience. Lin Fei chose not to continue with the tribulation. As the final phase of the lightning tribulation, the ninth lightning tribulation was of utmost importance. Even Lin Fei had to approach it with the utmost caution, not to be taken lightly, especially since the ninth lightning tribulation. While perhaps not so difficult for Lin Fei to withstand the ninth heavenly lightning, the insight gained about the world after withstanding it was crucial for Lin Fei. Because this represented the last opportunity, if not seized properly, he would have to rely on his own slow understanding in the future, which would be incredibly challenging. Therefore, the ninth lightning tribulation required thorough preparation. He must seize this last opportunity. Whoosh! Lin Fei left the formation. Seeing the crowd gathered outside the formation, 3 layers inside and 3 layers outside, was overwhelming. There were martial artists and immortal cultivators alike. Martial true monarchs, immortal true monarchs, and many others were present. At this moment, in everyone's gaze, there was immense envy and admiration. Congratulations to true monarch Lin for crossing the 8th lightning tribulation. Many martial gods, deity transformations, true monarchs, and others spontaneously expressed their congratulations. After all, they were all members of the ancient covenant. Given Lin Fei's extraordinary talents, there was no doubt. Perhaps, in the near future, the ancient covenant would witness the birth of another martial ancestor. This was a positive development for the entire ancient covenant. Their congratulations were heartfelt.